Greetings, fellow Americans. Susanna for President 2028. It was suggested to me that a change of name for my podcast was in order, and this was suggested by some of my colleagues. I agreed. I'd been thinking about this for a while, so hearing it from them was definitely a positive note. So, welcome to Fireside Chats, State of Our Nation. We're going to start off with education. Education is one of the most important aspects of any nation. When I was growing up, I thought I had an amazing education. We were taught math and science, social studies, different cultures, critical thinking, all the way through high school. There were even fun things that we did to learn about our nation and our world. I even remember going on a field trip when I was younger, 6th or 7th grade, I think, going to the orchards to learn about picking fruit and, the different things that happen within our nation that help us provide each other with food and making sure that we have stuff that is healthy to eat. So let's talk about the agricultural aspect of the economy for a moment. It's this type of field trip helped me to learn how to pick these things from grocery stores, like fruits and vegetables, how to determine whether they're ripe, how to make sure that they have a good flavor, all that stuff. I was taught that in school, home economics. I am able to pick these things out for a good home-cooked meal. I think a lot of us are able to do that. Our parents had a hand in this, I'm sure, teaching us how to cook, as well as classes like home ec in our public education system. These are all skills that really benefit us and help us be functioning adults. My education taught me art and music, math, poetry, language, history, sports, emotional management even, logical thinking, and a lot more. All of this education put together, and we can see that at our national level, our education has taken a bit of a downturn. I could go on for hours about how it has, but it boils down to this fact. Without the education, let me see, education is needed to make our nation function. People need to know how to run the different areas of our nation, need to run them so that they function well for our nation, they provide well for our nation. To make our nation succeed, we need knowledge. That's why my proposal for the national education system is so beneficial for our nation. Through our national education system, our people will have a better understanding of how to do the different things that we need to learn as an adult, to function as an adult, how to make our different areas of our nation function together in unities to help our nation thrive and succeed. A better history, a better understanding of history, updated history points, how we got to where we are now, using methods like from the 80s and 90s is a great place to start, and we can improve methods and curriculum as needed. By utilizing these methods, Uh, we are ensuring that our students stay engaged in class, the material is understood by the students, and those who don't understand get the help that they need. This way, no child is left behind or pushed through our system. The national education system works with the understanding that no two students learn the exact same way, because we don't. No two students do. It implements a learning curve education, like testing for learning styles, so that we can better assist individual children to be successful throughout school. Recreation, like sports and extracurricular activities, are also important in education. They teach things like teamwork and strategy, things that are necessary to balance out our lives. Some aspects of education, like fundraising, teach things like entrepreneurship and interpersonal communication. One of these things is the Penny for Your Thoughts program that I came up with. This program is designed to keep children involved in learning while showing them ways to communicate with a trusted adult or teacher. It also gives them hands-on activities and enjoyable learning. It encourages them to write down their thoughts and to share what they're thinking and feeling. Takes a village to raise a child, right? So important aspects of the Penny for Your Thoughts program, aside from the main point, which is the communication, the opening up to a trusted adult, it goes a long way. It gives them a reward program for and a donation program that goes with it. There's the reward program I'll explain in a minute. The program lasts throughout high school, though, and can be implemented in college if an individual feels that they need that to continue. The best part is we are all involved. We're all involved. So we all have a part in raising our children, in educating our children. When we work together as a community to teach our children, the more likely they are to be successful. And this could be anything from a child who's raising funds for their class project, teaching them good communication skills when they ask you for a donation or for a sponsorship. I did that with Jump Rope for Heart and a number of other fundraising activities for my classes. Things like that are really important. They're little things, but they are important and really affect how well our students develop. And you can see it in how each individual child grows and develops, because we're all in different situations. We all grow up in different households, and we have different paths in life. So being able to work around that and to encourage students to express themselves safely, to communicate well, and to learn what that communication looks like is going to really influence our kids. Another important item is the compensation for our teachers. Now, I've done a lot of calculating and thinking, and I believe it is appropriate to start out our new teachers, fresh out of college, at a wage of $75,000 per year. This way, they can be encouraged to stay in the field, learn better techniques, older techniques, newer techniques, and methods to teach our students encourage them to really love their job again and be able to get a good amount of benefits out of it. So 75,000 a year is a good start. Educators who've been in the field for 35 years plus should receive an additional $500 a month in their retirement. This is basically a thank you from the community. Thank you for being a teacher. Thank you for helping us learn. I don't see anything wrong with that, honestly. For retirees also, there's a volunteer program for the school districts, schools, local schools. That way, if teachers want to continue to assist with the education of our young, they can. And they don't get, there's not going to be any fines for it. We're getting doctor retirement. The national education system also implements counselors as teachers. Counselors are there really to help teach us emotional self-management and self-care. They also teach interpersonal communication skills, teaching us how to understand our emotions and whatnot. Counselors are teachers, and every child is different, so it's important to teach in a general setting. Excuse me, as well as an individual setting. Excuse me. Education also helps us make decisions to improve our lives. Not just our individual lives, but our lives as a family, as a community, as a city, as a state, as a nation. Now, about the village. Parents need to be involved. Parents are, in this setting, the parents are required to be involved. It takes a village. If parents are not involved, they're kind of leaving a lot of things out that kids need to learn in a family setting to be able to get along as an adult. So the curriculum for the national education system helps to include parents as well as counselors to teach our kids. And it also includes, making sure that our kids understand the basic subjects. It includes arts and sports. It includes programs like DARE and reproductive education for older students. Social studies is one of the most important subjects we can teach. This subject, it teaches us about the different cultures and the different people that exist within our nation and our planet. It was through this subject that I learned how not to be prejudiced. It's important because I grew up with people from all over the world. We were able to ask questions in class of each other's cultures and learn about each other and where we came from, where our families came from. It helped me to appreciate and even understand others' way of living, including at gatherings and social events. There's a lot of interesting cultures out there, that is for sure. It's important to keep all of our education up to high standards, so teaching about cultures, teaching about different things that go along with it, that's going to is equally important, and it's definitely vital to teach it. Keeping up with the highest standards also includes teaching about technology, how to use it, and what is age appropriate for students. teaching the students what's age appropriate. Teaching new technologies such as social media, how to use it, technologies like blockchain, coding, and web development. Those are very interesting subjects for young people, and being able to teach them these things at a young age will help encourage them even to stay in school, to earn early college credits, to graduate, and to continue on a successful path. There's already some implementation of college credits being earned in high school in the United States, but this is going to improve and expand upon that system. Speaking of things like blockchain and coding, one of the new pieces of technology that is being developed by yours truly is a piece of blockchain technology that secures our data, verifies our identity. It's a blockchain where the block can truly be claimed by the individual. It's called the people's blockchain. It is for the people. When you create your block on the blockchain, you input some basic information. You take a selfie, two selfies, with your photo ID from your government issued photo ID, front and back, so you can take two selfies. You also implement your biometrics, and this creates your block. After your block is created, you are able to add files that you want associated with your identity to help identify you. You'll also be able to link with agency blocks that are on the blockchain, and this helps identify you as well. Helps to verify your identity. Some files that can be included are selfies, of course. This helps keep your identification solid. Group photos with friends. You can use those types of photos to link your friendship, or link people to your blocks if you like. It's not necessary, and it doesn't mean they have access to anything. It just means that you're associated on the block, and that's all. It's kind of like an address book. It also includes things like being able to add your credit card information, logging into your credit card account from your app, and attaching it to your block. That also helps to verify your identity. It also locks your card in place so that if someone tries to take your card information or use it, it sends up flags, it restricts it, it won't let it happen. That's actually a pretty good little... I know that credit card companies are, they make sure to add their security features on there also, but this is sort of a boost in that security. So it doesn't replace it, it just boosts it. You'll be able to register bank information, of course, link your social media, link your birth certificate to your nation. So if you have the ability to scan your birth certificate to like PDF or something like that, you would be able to add it to your blockchain, or to your block on the blockchain, and it would theoretically match the National Birth Records Agency and what they have in their files. Now, when a national block is claimed and the National Birth Records Agency is also on the blockchain, it links the two blocks. There's a pop-up that says, "Let's link our blocks," and both approve, and they're linked. And then whenever you link your birth record. It's like solidifying that identity. It creates that record that your birth record has been verified by two different agencies. This could also be a good way to help with background checks. Once social media agencies like Meta claim their block on the blockchain, then, and you happen to be logged into your social media like Facebook from your block, it'll send that same link block message. So when I log in, that pops up, and I hit accept. It links the blocks, and it secures the data even further between the company, Meta, and the block owner, myself. And it just verifies that there is accounts. It writes the accounts, certain information to the block so that it is associated with your identity. There is also security monitoring for different types of malware, spyware, viruses, all that. Each I went too far. Linking blocks also does some coin generation. So if you're curious about that, I'll answer that at another time. There are settings to transfer or transform the blocks upon someone's passing or when a business closes into a legacy block, and that restricts transaction access to the block. The block owner, obviously, and the block beneficiary would have access to the customization abilities of the legacy block, and also the legacy NFT, which acts like a headstone for the block. There's also a block, or there's also a personal cloud, within the block, within your block. And that's where you're able to add all of your files and be able to keep them stored. Now, your personal cloud and the blockchain cloud are expandable as far as their size and ability to hold data. There's rewards for adding space to the blockchain cloud, but you are also able to expand your personal cloud storage within your block. This means that this blockchain is going to be compatible with removable drives like USB drives, SD cards, those different types of removable devices. It's also compatible with your phones, both iPhones and Androids. It's compatible with computers, tablets. This way you're able to log in from multiple devices, and they are written to your block and secured to your block so that they can't be infiltrated in any way, other than the programs that are actually supposed to read your device and what you've given permission for. One of the security protocols is that it creates a shell around your system. So if you've got a device like your phone, it creates a security shell around the actual system, not just the files. It detects vulnerabilities and creates a multi-layer security block around those vulnerabilities. I've always believed that candidates should offer something to the people. This is what I can offer to the people. Protect our data. Blockchain offers many securities that other programs don't. The security program can read the hash of your file, but it can't read your contents. so there's no risk of your data being stolen. Another security measure keeps anyone other than you from accessing your block and information regardless of what device you're on. Many folks, including myself, are worried about the security of our data, especially now. This blockchain is one of the ways that we can secure it. I hope that this is intriguing enough for you. If you have any questions, please use the comments to ask, and I'll answer them as best as I can. Thank you for your time, and may our path lead to peace and prosperity.